Richard Powell, broker associate with Powell Fine Homes Group, as well as Keller Williams Realty World Class in Westlake Village. Today is April 29th, 2020, and welcome to the most recent episode of the Powell Fine Homes Group Market Update. I want to talk about some good news popping up today, which is always a fun thing to do for us, and we want to talk about first lending. In the lending sector, refinances have taken over the world, as everybody knows. Rates got so low that everybody who had a mortgage that was over 3.5% needed to jump in, get it down, take their payments down, do everything they wanted to do, and they did that. However, purchase mortgage applications, which had fallen off a rocket by the middle of, say, the end of March, popped up 12% last week. So across the country, mortgage applications for home purchases rose 12%. So that's awesome. We love seeing that. Also, on the other side, the numbers finally came out for March as far as the home purchases, and pending home sales in March dropped 21% from a year earlier, which we knew was going to happen. Going into February, we were up 6%, but now we're down, 21%. April will probably be worse, all things said, but you'll start seeing that turn around in May. We're already seeing some upticks, and at the end of this update, I'm going to get into the last 24 hours, both for Los Angeles County and Ventura County, so when you see what's going on there. So, we talked about lending. We've talked about the fact that the pending home sales drop. And then Lawrence Yun, who is the Chief Economist for the National Association of Realtors. We had a video conference with him, what's today? Wednesday. So I think it was either last Friday or it was Monday, one of the two. And he was talking about, not unlike what we saw with the California Association of Realtors forecast, the unit-wise, we're going to be down 15% this year just in the number of homes sold. Regardless of how strong third quarter and fourth quarter become, what's happened at the end of first quarter and in the beginning of second quarter, we're just not going to overcome that unit. There's just not enough inventory and there's not enough time. So by and large, they're thinking that the unit count for the number of units sold in 2020 versus 2019 will be down 15%. We get that. It's okay. Pricing wise, though, he actually came out more bullish than Fannie Mae. If you'll remember from our last update, Fannie Mae said that originally they had forecast a price increase of 4.6% for all of 2020, and then based on what's happening now with COVID and everything else, they dropped that down to 0.46%. So, basically call it flat, 0.4. However, Lawrence Yun's coming out saying that he's thinking there's going to be about a 1.46% increase in pricing, so he's a little bit more bullish than Fannie Mae is, but you're somewhere between flat and 1% up. And when you take all things into consideration, that's far better than anything else you could ask for, because quite honestly, there's a bunch of people out there saying, oh no, it's going to be like the Great Recession. We're going to see 30, 40% drops. Simply not going to happen, especially in Southern California. We don't have enough inventory. Quite honestly, that's what's saving our prices nationally, the fact there's not enough inventory. But in Southern California, there's really not enough inventory. Going into like February, which was busy, had plenty of listings and everything else compared to last year, we still had a serious shortage in the number of homes available for sale compared to the number of buyers we were doing. Kirsten and I did a couple open houses in West Hills where we had 15, 20 groups, not people, but groups of people waiting at the open houses. For the very first open house we do on a house, or the very first open house weekend, we had people waiting for both the Saturday and the Sunday open houses before we could even turn the key, because they were all looking for houses with views, with pools and everything else. We had one. We got another one coming up next week. But going back to that, there was plenty of demand. So those people were still going to need to buy houses. Some of them got sidelined because of what happened to the market and they lost part of their net worth, or they lost their down payment, things like that. That is what it is. But we are seeing already the purchase applications are going up. Kirsten and I personally are seeing on our own listings more buyer traffic this week than we had the week prior, or even the week before that. So we're seeing the trend go in the right direction. It's warming up. People are really tired of being in their houses. At this point, we're 2 weeks away from the stay-at-home order scheduled to be lifted here in California. So things are all moving in the right direction. Also want to talk about the forbearance issue. We're going to do a separate video on what forbearance means for those of you who are trying to get a forbearance on your mortgage and what your options are, because a lot of the lenders are saying, look, I'll let you skate for the next 90 days, but that fourth month, you got to pay me everything. And the government's coming out with guidance for the loans that are backed by Fannie and Freddie, which are primarily FHA, VA, or those with mortgage insurance. And they are saying something different. So we'll do a complete different video on that, because I don't want to confuse this one with that. But I saw a report this morning that says about 10% of the homeowners who have VA and FHA loans are in forbearance already. So that market, we'll see what happens. VA loans and FHA loans have tightened up some as far as credit requirements and reserve requirements, but they're still going through. They're taking a little bit longer than normal just because you have to have a specific FHA or VA certified appraiser, and they're not as thick on the ground as they were before all this to happen. So, things are taking a little bit longer there, but we are seeing 30-day escrows close. Matter of fact, the deal we're closing tomorrow, this particular buyer who's well qualified shifted lenders 2 weeks ago. So the lender that's closing the loan and loan docs have already come in is basically turning all this around in 2 weeks. So that gives you an idea of how good the market is right now. You lenders with qualified buyers, you can do it very, very quickly, and 30-day escrows are not a problem. So that's where we're at there. Now let's talk about Los Angeles County over the last 24 hours. So this is all of LA County, not just the Valley or anything. It's just all of Los Angeles County. You've had 110 new listings pop up. You've had 47 price changes. You've had 4 homes go under contract. You've had 53 go pending. And typically with the status flow, if you will, active means it's on the market, there's no contract on it, it's open for anybody to buy. Active under contract means they have accepted an offer, but the buyer has not released all of their contingencies yet. They're still doing their inspections, appraisal, and the loan has to get full approval. Once all that's happened and the buyer has released all their contingencies, you roll over into pending status, and then the next step from pending is close, because at pending, all you're waiting for is the loan to fund. Buyer's docs come in, they sign all the loan docs, everything's done, you close the loan. So 53 homes went pending in LA County in the last 24 hours. 54 homes actually closed where the escrow was done. And we had 29 homes come back on the market. And that's one of two things. Either they were in escrow and then it fell apart and they came back on market exactly like it sounds, or they may have gone on hold. The buyer or the seller may have said, you know what, I want to hold off for a while, and then they saw something that made them want to change, get back on the market. That would show them back on market as well. Let's talk about Ventura County. Ventura County had 25 homes come on market. You've had 11 price changes. You've had 25 homes go active under contract, meaning they accepted an offer. You've had 18 homes go pending. You had 17 homes close. And then you had 10 homes come back on market. And again, that could either be a deal that fell apart or a seller who went on hold when everything started going off the rails back in late March and decided to come back in the market now. That will show you're back on market. So we're seeing activity. And this is just 24 hours. This is not the last week. This is not the last month. Literally just a 24-hour snapshot out of the MLS. So proof that deals are going down. If you're thinking about buying or selling, give us a call. We have a complete tech suite now where we're doing virtual open houses, 3D tours, video on everything. I mean, basically you can see any of our listings, every nook and cranny, inside, outside, everything from the comfort of your home. We've got it set up like that now. You got questions, give us a call, 805-404-1167 or 818-268-3236. Please do me a favor, subscribe to our channel, the little subscribe button down there, hit the bell so you'll get notified every time one comes out for us. And please like this video by hitting the thumbs up symbol as well. We appreciate that. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next update. Take care.